Alright, so here is problem number 8. If defined, what is equivalent form of the expression? So we're just basically simplifying it. So when we're simplifying fractions, we have a numerator and denominators here. So when we're simplifying, we like to cancel out common factors. So here you can cancel out the 3's. So let me write this out in expanded form. So maybe it's a little easier to see it that way. So here you have the 3 over 10x, y to the 4th is y written 4 times. Y times y times y times y. Z times, in the numerator you have 5y z to the 4th, which is z times z times z times z. Okay? You're like, that's how you feel right now watching my videos? Just kidding. Okay, so that's 3. Take this. So that's where you can cancel out the 3 from the numerator and denominator. And then the y, there's a 1y and there's a 1y here. So you have left with y to the 3rd power. Okay, so all of this is y to the 3rd power. You can take out 1z in the numerator, 1z in the denominator. So you have left with z to the 3rd power. So what about the x? I cannot take that out. There's not an x. But look at the 5. 5 goes into 5 once. And then 5 goes into 10 twice. So let me put everything back together here. So you have in the numerator, when everything goes away, you just have a 1. And in the denominator, you have the 2, you have the x, and then you have the y third, times, in the numerator, you have the 1, times, and then you have the z cubed, and then nothing in the denominator. So here, this is all going to just be z to the 3rd power, and in the denominator you're going to have 2xy to the 3rd power, which is answer choice A. You can do this in Desmos, but when you're doing it in Desmos, meaning like you can plug this in Desmos, just whenever you have an x and a y, just make sure to put it in capital letters, okay? So you're going to do division bar. So you have 3 over, just put capital, uppercase. So 10xy, so that it gives you the numbers to plug in. Z times, so if you're wondering when is it that you can only use capital letters only for x and y, you just have to. You can use capital letters all the time, but you know, especially for x and y, you have to use it. 3, and then, so I'm going to do add all. Just change all of these to something different. Don't put negative, just put some random numbers. And then in the denominator, the second part, you're going to plug all this in. Just make sure they're going to use capital letters to match up the answers, to check it. So that's how you know they're equivalent, because the decimals match up. Okay. It says here, which is the solution set? So now we're solving. So when we're solving fraction, we need to do cross multiplication. When you have a fraction equal to a fraction, we cross multiply. So you're going to do x times this. So you're going to put x times x plus 3 equals, and then you're going to multiply this side, or these two. 4 times 1, which is 4. Okay, so let's, we're going to distribute the x. So x times x is x squared, x times 3 is 3x, equals 4. So this, we just went into a quadratic. This goes into a quadratic, which means that we have to do either factoring or quadratic formula. Let's do factoring. So we're going to first subtract 4 on both sides. We're going to set it equal to 0. So you have x squared plus 3x minus 4. Then we factor this out. X times x. So negative 4, so that would be positive and negative, and then we'll do Since this is positive, the bigger number has to be positive. So, okay. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. 4 plus 4 minus 1 is 3. So this works. So now you're going to set each factor equal to 0. Set each factor equal to 0. Now you're going to subtract 4. X equals negative 4. Add 1. X equals 1. So negative 4 and 1 are my answers. Negative 4 and 1 are my answers. I do want to show you that, well, Desmos does all this for you. All you have to do is type up the equation. So I do want to show you that. So you're going to take all this off. Okay, so you're going to plug the original in Desmos. Just always use X. Well, you want to graph this now, so you don't want to use capital. X over 4 equals 1 over X plus 3. And then there you go. So all you have to do is zoom in. So there's at 1, that's my answer that I got here. And then the other one is negative 4. It draws those vertical lines for you, showing you where the solution is. Alright? Okay, so number 10. We have here, I didn't teach you this, so I'll go ahead and skip number 10. Okay, it won't be on the test. Okay, so you can skip this one. I promise it won't be on the test. Alright, number 11. So here we have an equation we're solving for x. So before I can do cross multiplication, I need to combine these first. Or you can honestly just take this number over, and then that's probably easier. So you can subtract 2 over 5 on both sides. So that is 0. And so you have here 3 over x plus 1 equals 1 minus 2 over 5. So 1 minus 2 over 5, what you're going to do here is you need to put a 1, and then we need to find a common denominator. Honestly, you can plug this in Desmos. Okay? So you have 5 times 1 is 5 over 5 minus 2 over 5. So now you have a common denominator. You can bring that. 5 times 2 is 3. So this is 3 over 5. Also, I mean, honestly, you can also put this in Desmos. If you want to just do, 1 minus 2 over 5 is 0.6. And if you press this, you would have 3 over 5. Anyway, that's how you get that. And then here you can now cross multiply. So you're going to do 3 times 5, which is 15. I don't have space here. I'm going to write it up here. 15 equals, and then you can multiply 3 times this. Just make sure that the 3, it gets distributed. So 3 times x plus 1. And then here, now we can go ahead and distribute. So you have 15 equals 3x plus 3. And then now you can, this is all which is minus 3 minus 3. So this is 12 equals 3x. And divide by 3. Divide by 3. X equals 4. That's my answer. I feel like, Ms. Agula, show me a better way. Well, sure, you can definitely put this in Desmos. Oh, sorry, I was writing x equals 4. You can definitely put this in Desmos. You can just take the original. You can skip all this. You can just take it and just put it in Desmos. You can do 2 over 5 plus 3 over x plus 1 equals 1. And then on Desmos, you just can, I like to press the home button, and then you just zoom in. See, that's the answer right there. 4 is my answer. So, I mean, equations you can definitely do in Desmos.